Okay, I'm going to do this with the thumb. So some of the movements, I've got a list right here, just of some of the movements. So the first one I'm going to do is interphalangeal flexion and extension, which is this little joint right here. I'm actually going to have you just kind of come up, neutral. It's just easier that way. So the Goni, the axis is going to be right over the interphalangeal joint. The stationary arm is going to be going over the first phalanx, and the second, movement arm is going to be going over the distal phalanx. And so what I want you to do is I want you to just, with that first joint, I'm going to hold this, get all lined up here again. All right, go ahead. I kind of have to follow, there we go. And about 65 to 70 degrees of flexion, and she's not going to get very much extension. Like that's, hold on, you're using this joint. Like she's got a little bit, it's a little bit of hyperextension. It's about 2 to 3 degrees. I think max she could do 4, but my wife has carpal tunnel, so we're not gonna really wrench on her joints to see. Second one we'll do is metacarpophalangeal flexion and extension, which is this joint here. So this time the axis is over the metacarpophalangeal joint, and the stationary arm, the mobile arm is over the proximal phalanx of the thumb, and the stationary arm is over the metacarpal. And so what we're going to do is, I'm gonna just have you do that, and what I want you to do is just, perfect. And went to about 40 degrees, and again, just making sure that she's not doing a lot of compensatory movements. I'm going to have you come up. It's important to follow the right joint, because our thumb right here, if I just took this away and it's not bumping my Goni up, she's not gonna get much past 0 on that, and she's right at 0. So that one's done, and that one's done. Next we'll do carpal metacarpal flexion and extension, and then adduction, abduction, and then opposition. These ones are kind of tricky for me. So I'm going to have you actually lay your hand out like that. So there we go, I got it on the right one. Goni is over the carpal metacarpal joint on the palmar side. The movement arm is bisecting along the first metacarpal, and the stationary arm is in line with the shaft of the radius. So I'm going to have you go out as much as you can. Actually, first I'm going to have you stay right here. So she's at about 40 degrees. That's her resting measurement. And now go ahead and out. And outward it says about 55, so then you would subtract the 2 of those, and it would be 15 degrees of extension. And now what I'm going to have you do is come in. Go back to your resting. go back into flexion. There we go. It says 5, so she had about 40 degrees of flexion. So that was adduction, abduction. No, that was flexion and extension, sorry. Okay, so coming back to this, I'm gonna do CMC abduction and adduction. This is a very confusing and tricky measurement. So the axis is going to be just over the styloid process of the radius. The stationary arm is going to be going up along the second metacarpal, and the movement arm is going to be going along the first metacarpal. And so I'm going to just have her in neutral here. And if she adducts her hand, her thumb is going to go over the first metacarpal. So theoretically that should be at 0. So go ahead and put your thumb over. Yep, and it's at 1 degree, 0 degrees. And then the next thing is I'm going to have you do move your thumb from here out. Perfect. So she moved from that 0 line, and hers says about 40 degrees of abduction. And the last one we'll do is opposition. So I'm gonna have you just lay your palm flat. So this one is kind of interesting. Try and put your thumb as close to your pinky line right there. Like this. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll make it quick. So then we just measure the tip of her thumb to the base of her pinky. And I'm using millimeters here. And it's she's about 1 millimeter short. No, she's about ½ millimeter short. I was getting her nail there. So she's about ½ millimeter short of reaching that line. And that's how you measure opposition.